Hello, I'm Rachel from Leeds City Walking Tours. Welcome to a video in our series, Leeds Long Story Shorts, created in partnership with Visit Leeds. Today we look at City Square, which has been at the heart of Leeds for over 100 years. The changes in the buildings around this space reflect the transformation of Leeds from a thriving West Yorkshire market town specialising in wool and cloth to an industrial powerhouse and then a diverse city with a wide range of businesses, learning opportunities and cultural activities. Dominance by public buildings here has mostly given way to private offices, hotels and leisure venues. The square was laid out to celebrate Leeds becoming a city in 1893 and to create a more impressive arrival point for railway passengers. Since it was opened, the space has been rearranged several times and the buildings round it have changed too. Some that we see are the fourth one to occupy the site. Rebuilding and new uses reflect changing patterns of demand as well as strikingly different fashions in architecture over the decades. Here we see the mid-Georgian scene, the Victorian buildings, mid-20th century modernism and City Square today. This huge historic building was central to the pre-industrial economy of this part of Yorkshire. When it was no longer needed, the hall was demolished and there was a chance to make a big public space. To help with this, the post office that replaced it was set back. Now there are restaurants and apartments in what's the old post office. Mill Hill Chapel on the east side of the square, the Victorian building, is still a place of worship. The chapel we see replaced a smaller one that had stood here since the 17th century. Next to the chapel is another site where buildings have come and gone. This neoclassical design was here for half a century, and then it was replaced by a typical mid-Victorian neo-Gothic exchange. Both buildings provided a chance for business people to meet up, read the newspapers, and exchange insights on market conditions. By the 1960s, many such ornate structures were swept away. Across the road, though, is a late Victorian bank which did survive. Now it's a bar. Railway passengers using the station just behind here have had a convenient place to stay for more than 150 years. The Queen's was then rebuilt between the wars, an office building was added and City Square was rearranged. And these two buildings still make up the south side of the square. The Majestic has changed and yet stayed recognisable over the last century. Originally a cinema, it became a bingo hall, then a nightclub, and its conversion to offices was completed in 2020. It's the northern home of Channel 4. A time traveller from Victorian times might be mystified about where they are. If you're interested in the history of the city, Leeds City Museum's gallery, The Leeds Story, is such a great place to start.